What is good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. We're talking transfer news. Going to talk a little bit about the preseason game, just a tad though, just a smidget. Long-time subscribers of mine will know I'm not big into preseason games. I don't think you get much from the results. I think you could lose every preseason games and go up. You could win every preseason game and not do anything during the season. I've always just seen season games as fitness, getting to know you, gelling exercises. So not going to spend too much on that, but we're going to talk more about the transfers and just about what we've actually got here yet again. Before I get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, drop your comments below. Thank you to all my existing members. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description, or you just press the button next to the subscribe button. Simple. What's it? Ash saying, hi, KG, great to see you. Yeah, listen, I know a couple of you messaged me yesterday in terms of coming on because the deal of Rasmus had been announced, that it was pretty much done. But I thought, you know what, let me just give you all a day off. I think I'd just give you guys a day off from me, give you a chance to just pine for me a little. Now, I thought I'd just take the day off and come back today. I knew we had a preseason friendly, so I thought, you know what, I'll just come on after the game and we can chat now. Vlad is the seventh person to hit the like. Is that all? People, get those likes up. Algorithm. Yeah, man, listen, that man there. Yeah, what's good, KG? Yeah, man, love that. Hi, Ru saying, I base preseason games off progress. The lads look good today. Yeah, I mean, look, they did. I think that there's context to what I'm saying. I think if you see certain players where you think, I need to see if this player is still fit, I need to see if this player can still go, and they look sluggish, that may give you an indication. But at the same time, a player could score 10 goals in preseason and absolutely blank at the start of the season. You're like, well, where's that player in preseason? So that's why I'm saying I don't base everything off preseason, but there was some good stuff tonight. 100. Russ in the house, evening to you, my man. Vlad saying Gelhart's play a role for us this season. We shall see. We shall see. The one thing I do want to say, the one thing I want to say, in fact, I'm going to say it later. I'm going to say it later. Hold on. Max saying first post-game stream already. It's not a post-game stream. Let me make that clear, because we are going to have other friendlies, and you know, I think the Valencia one probably sticks out to many people, but it doesn't mean I'm going to go live after. If there's news, I will come on. But for me, long-time subscribers of mine will know, but obviously there's new people. Preseason games are not something that I'm going to go deep into and talk in depth and say, look at the movement of this and that, and oh gosh, I think we should, you know, keep this player based on a preseason game against a Harrogate Town. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, Hanny, Charlie Cruz seems like a good prospect. Yeah, and oh man, who's the kid that scored at the end? Really, and it was a shot from outside the box, people. Nay, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That man, they are a new member. Thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate that. His touches are definitely decent. Look, Charlie Crew, I think there's a reason why Danny Farker spoke about him so much, you know, without using him, but said that the future is bright. There's a reason why we've given him a new 4-year deal. And there's a reason for me why certain players have been expendable. And I think if you can blend them in to the first team squad, you need that. And the thing is, what I don't understand with this football club, Chambers, thank you guys, Chambers. Yeah, good goal from outside the box. The thing is, what I don't get, especially with our fan base, especially ones that were around in the late 90s, early 2000s, is one of our best teams in history were literally young players sprinkled in with some experience. And if people were going off that back in the day, we would never see Ian Hart, we'd never see Kuehl, we'd never see Alan Smith, we'd never see Woodgate. There would be a whole host of players that people wouldn't play because they're too young. That Leeds United, especially as a football club, and think of the players we've let go before their time: Lennon, Danny Rose, Milner, Paul Robinson. Even we specialize in youth, especially at our academy. So you know, I think we should trust them a bit more. Not everyone can make it, though. Let me make that clear. You can't take everybody, but there are special cases where you sprinkle them in the first team and they don't look out of place. Zabir saying Joe goes if go. Well, listen, you know I was going to bring him up, right? You know I was going to bring him up because Mateo is, and again, once again, it's Harrogate Town, so there's context here. But you saw the movement, people. You saw the movement for the first post goal. You saw the movement. You saw the link up. You saw the technique in there. This is what we're going to get from Mateo Joseph. And, you know, there's still people that doubt him, and that's fine. Some of you have to see it before you believe it. That's cool, you know, but I know it's there. And I know that if we give this man regular game time, we are going to see at least, and I'm going to put it out for you right now. We're going to see at least 15 league goals. I said it. I said it. I said it. People are impressed. I always liken him to Ellis Sims because Ellis Sims is another young striker who did really well at Coventry. I think Mateo Joseph eclipses that easy as well. And I just want to say as well, he is a dark cloud. Absolutely. Yeah. And Russ, age is irrelevant if they're good enough, play him. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. Literally, some of our best players in the club's history, even if you've tried to erase one of them in Q, was young, super young. And they were talented, more talented than some of the players that were around at the time. And it was an era where there was world-class players not in every team, but around the place. Like you couldn't just name 5 world-class players. It would be a tough day for you. You could name about 50. So trust in some of the young players that have got the talent to do it. And when we talk about that, it's this man here, Mateo Joseph. Absolutely. But what I also have to caution is because a certain name has cropped up in the chat in terms of preseason, is that remember the whole oh my god, you know what? I've even forgot his name. What is his name? Who's the one that went out on loan? Oh yeah, Jan Poveda. Remember the Poveda ones from last summer? Oh, Poveda looks so good. He could be our new Pablo. Yeah. All right, man. So that's what I mean. You have to judge it accordingly. That's what I say. You can't just put a blanket statement on it. You've got to judge it accordingly. But Mateo Joseph, pace, technique, skill level, it's all there. And it was a brilliant goal to set up for Junior Firpo. And there's the two celebrating there. Look at it. Hey guys, let me just let me just get your opinion while you're here. I like the shirt, man. I gotta say, I like the shirt. I've got no issues with it. I think that the shirt is nice. I am looking forward to seeing the away kit more, but I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. I've gone past a bit now where I think it looks like RB Salzburg, because I did see when Joe Rothwell first held the shirt up. I was scrolling, I thought, oh, who signed for Salzburg? And it was us. Shame on me. Shame on me. Tremendous, Gavin. Yeah, lovely red. We love it. We love it. And Yusuf says shirt look good. I do too. Yeah, Pablo Poveda, forgot about him. He's crazy. You have no idea. People in the comments, and it's only because one of them has come up in the chat today. And shout out to you. I won't call you out, but they were literally telling me Jan Poveda is worth another contract at Leeds United. You know, big Leeds United to take on Poveda. Mad. Hyru saying the kit's actually good in action. Well, I always say this, Hyru, the kits are only as good as the success you have in it. And if we get promoted, it's going to be one of the most wonderful kits we've ever seen. Yeah. So yeah, there's the two. But other things I want to just point out from this one. Let me just get them up. Big Pascal back in action. That was brilliant to see. Don't know if everyone caught it. I'm sure you did, but it looks like he's going to be wearing the new number 5. Maybe so. I think it's about time he had a first 11 shirt. I know shirt numbers don't matter anymore. You know, Trent's number 66, isn't he? But yeah, good to see Pascal back in action. That's the main thing, and getting some, you know, football under his belt. And that, again, that's for me what preseason is. Pascal's been out a hell of a long time. He's out of match fitness. He's probably fit and ready to go. But we all know match fitness is much different from regular fitness. So good to see Pascal back out there. Big season, Paul. Big season. Absolutely. Yeah, Debye looked good, man. He looked good, but I think this is where the differential comes in. Is he going to be of the standard to play in the championship when we need to call upon him? I don't know, but he did look good, and maybe this gives him an avenue into Farkas thinking of saying, you know what, I want to see more of him. Maybe he goes out on loan to a League One team or something and impresses there, gets more first team football in his belt. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like JB's gone out, he's not going to get games here. So let's see him develop, and let's see him have an outstanding season at Plymouth, because I think they're even keeping Morton Whitaker as well. So if they keep those kind of players around him and he can get his numbers up, you know, impressed with his play and everything else like that, who knows in the future? Who knows? Thoughts on Rothwell? I thought he looked good. Always looking for the forward pass. That was good. Good to get some minutes. Hey, listen, that guy's a psycho wearing all that clothes in this heat. That's one of the reasons why I was on earlier, people. I was going to come on early in the day, but you know, I was with my fam and I was playing the new Pirates on Fortnite, Pirates mode. And I thought, you know what? Let me just come on later and chat to y'all. I think you would prefer that, wouldn't you? Gavin saying Darlow needs selling. He absolutely does. I just don't like it. I don't like it in football, anything like that. I understand where you're a player like you know, another of our ex-keepers, Scott Carson, where he's just on Man City's bench chilling. I absolutely get it. But when you're at an age where you should be playing, or at least looking like you're pushing, yeah, it don't sit well for me. I think that's the wrong attitude to have. Um, let me just say this as well. We had a goal from a corner, people. It wasn't direct. There was a little bubble in there, but from the resulting action, we had a from the second action, we had a goal. One thing I want to say though, people, is when I talk on this team as it stands in the championship and everyone we've currently got, it's the reason why I'm so confident we will finish top two. And when you look at having Nanto, Jorginho, Joseph, Somerville, Dan James, man, if they could all just come together and say, you know what, guys, let's stay for the season, it would be. I'm not saying it would be easy because we always know that we make it difficult, but how good would that be? How good would that be to keep all those players? There's a lot of time to go. We know that. We know things happen, and we're going to speak about that with a player that's coming to us. Well, reportedly coming to us. But to keep those kind of players at this football club would be amazing in this division. They, you can tell the war friends, but we know friends, and it's different from business because business is the key in all this. If they could just stay together for one more year, people, one more year. Ah, yeah, we would win it all. Mr. Anthrope is, I mean, he's very optimistic. See it happening. I I only see it, Mr. Anthrope, if someone doesn't get to our valuation of Somerville. I think maybe Nanto is lower, so maybe someone will come in for him. But if clubs don't come for the valuations, and as long as these players understand, look, we're willing to let you go, but clubs have to meet us at our valuation, otherwise you're staying. And if they understand that, cool. But if it means we're going to get, I don't think we'll ever get a situation like that Adams and Sinister thing where we're hearing legal action. Don't think it will ever come to that. I think that the players, especially Nonto, will have learnt from last year. And I think Somerville is not easy going, but I think he wants to play at a high level. But if I would look at it from Somerville's point of view, if someone isn't willing to pay what my current club is think I'm worth, well, how much do you want me? So I would hope that they would say, all right, in good faith, cool. But if someone comes in January and we're nowhere near it, you've got to let us go. And I think that's a good deal. I think that's fair. But unless someone slaps down the money, please keep these guys. Because what I see when I look at the team sheet, people, I see promotion. I do. I know, Matt. I hear it. Listen. I'm just talking. I'm just putting out my wishes. If you don't put things out in the universe, you never know what you get back, Matt. Love the notion, KG, but highly unlikely. Uh, Gavin saying Everton want a 50-year structured payment deal after today. Yeah, listen, they've their takeover is finished, but they are still getting in money, Gavin. And you just think, well, unless the old owners are thinking, no, man, we're going to get that money. I'm not spending no more money on this football club, as we've seen actually with Sheffield United with the current owner. Like, he doesn't want to spend money at the football club, but he's just trying to keep it going. So you never know. You never know. Jive in the house, catching Levy live. KG live on a Friday night. That's it. That's I'm here, and that's just for picks for contract. Tremendous. But yeah, listen, I just wanted to say that in regards to the friendly, please. Oh, if we could keep these players, promotion would be on the cards. Probably the bookies wouldn't even take money for it anymore. It'd just be like Man City winning the league. Now, I shouldn't say that about this football club because we know what can happen in it. But yeah, listen, people, that's the friendly today. And obviously there's going to be more preseason games, and we'll see how everyone's game time is added up. By the way, just for the Bamford sexuals out there, he was injured for today. So there you go. Surprise, surprise. There you are. But yeah, listen, people, before I go on to the news, in terms of the fullbacks, which seems to be all over our transfer news, just want to say that The Athletic actually had an article worth reading. That sounds so horrible, but I'm hot. And I don't know if you saw that article yesterday, people. Why people in Leeds are seeing red over the, oh my Lord, bro. Mm. I understand that she's new. I understand that, and she will get better. And as her contacts grow and her time grows, I know she'll get better. But that article was trash, 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 and it is making me second guess keeping it for the lead side. Luckily for the Athletic, I keep it for the NHL. But what was that, man? But listen, they talked to Ilya Gruev. I'm not going to highlight everything. You can go through and read it in terms of Gruev. The headline here is losing at Wembley hurt, but I will achieve something at Leeds. Whether that is promotion or a big money move away, we shall see. Um, But no, the main thing is in regards to this, he was talking about a lot about his patience last year, because if you remember, he wasn't in the team straight away, wasn't until Stroud got injured. But the main thing here is this. Let me just get to it. It's all the way at the bottom. Here, this bit in terms of a player saying this, I don't expect it to be like last year with the 4 teams who had so many points. But I expect tough matches. It's not going to be easy again. We have our goals in the games and we have to focus on ourselves 100. We know what the league is, trash. I played my first year in the league last year, so I know the league better now. So do a lot of players in the team, and this will help us. And I just wanted to point that out because I've said this from the start in terms of the league. I think it is way weaker than it was last year. I don't even think it's a conversation. I think it is clear that it's weaker. But even the players know it. You have to put in the grind. But as long as they do what they have to do and focus on themselves, we should be in the top 2. I don't see anything. I know Sheffield United have recruited very well lately in terms of the championship. I don't see anything from anyone else that makes me think, even with the gaps we currently have, that will be filled, people, that we shouldn't be top 2. You know, that's what I think anyway. Gavin saying Burnley will be up there. They could be. They may be up there. But what I'm saying is, if it's a choice of 3, if we're saying Burnley, Sheffield United, and Leeds, I do see us in the top 2. I do. I think we're going to learn from our mistakes. And someone earlier, actually, it might have been you, Gavin, saying about Farkas subs today. And I know it's preseason. Yet again, that's why you can't fully judge it. It's not a real game. But the substitutes were used a bit better. Obviously, you're going to get the halftime changes, in bulk. But are we going to learn from that lesson from last year? I'm hoping so. You can't guarantee nothing with Daniel Farker, I'm afraid. He's shown no signs of learning from his mistakes. But all I can say is that we hope that he's learned from them. Brian, that's tremendous, man. I think we will have enough to stay up. That's lovely, man. What a guy. So yeah, listen, people. Let's go with this guy first. Let me just get, where is it? Yeah, let's go with Rasmus first. Let's get him out of here because, he's gone. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can say about it. Rasmus Christensen has left. It's a season-long loan with an option to buy. So yeah, he's back next summer. We know that. And you know what it is? The option to buy, if you don't know, I think you all know, it's 15 million. Now, I want to say this. If anyone that plays Football Manager will know exactly what I'm talking about here. That is when you are low on money at a club and you're trying to get a better team's good player who's unhappy at the club, but you can't afford the transfer fee. So what you do is you loan with an option to buy, and you just say it's going to be 40 million. We'll pay you 40 million at the end of the year. And you're not paying 40 million for this player. But for the basis of the deal, you'll put 40 million. And that's all that's happened here. Eintracht Frankfurt, no matter what he does at the football club next year, they are not ponying up 15 million for Rasmus. No, he's going to be back here, and we'll try and get rid of him once we're promoted and we can sell him on. Because for me, and it's funny, everyone was talking about what should we, get for Rasmus. Some of you were willing to let him go for free and, just get rid of him. But it's funny, as soon as it comes in just a season-long loan, and I think there is a little loan fee there, not much, but it's a little bit. People are saying, poor business. Guys, Rasmus wasn't here last year, and nobody in their right mind wanted Rasmus Christensen here this season. So it's no loss to me. No loss. Yeah, man. Listen, yeah, 15 million euros. Not is it euros? You know what? It might be, but either way, 13 million pounds. We are not seeing that for Rasmus Christensen. Yeah, we're not seeing that. Vlad saying call goodbye message for Rasmus, well deserved to. Yeah, listen, I don't wet my pants over these goodbye messages. It was a cute gimmick at first. I got it, with the whole thing of if players don't want to be here, just give them a see you and then goodbye. I think fans are a little bit too excited about it. Let's conduct our business and get on with it. Like I say, I don't fall for gimmicks like that, man. It's cool. It's funny, I guess, but we move on from it. The best thing is, Ash saying 13 pounds. That's tremendous. The best thing is for me is that he's gone because I don't have to now worry about him starting games for this football club, which is what I was worried about. And again, this is nothing. This isn't sour grapes because he's decided to leave. I've said this from the very start. I don't trust this guy. And people can talk about Firpo coming down. The difference with Firpo is that he is technically sound as a footballer. This guy here has got no balance Okay, no balance. Faux Viking. He's no Viking. What kind of Viking is he involved with? I don't know, but it isn't the Vikings that I think of. So yeah, listen, for me, good that he's gone, and now it frees up more money in terms of filling up the squad with better players that Farker will actually use. And listen, if he wanted to go, cool. If he feels that he's better, at a better league, that's great, because that means that he's not going to be here with us, and that's brilliant. Yeah, Graham, he made your eyes bleed watching him. We'll come back to that. Martin just saying splitting wages. No idea about the wages. The rumor is that we're paying either 60 or it's a 60-40 split. At this point, I think that even if that was the case, that pretty much gives you an idea of how much the two wanted to separate this relationship or sever this relationship. So no one should be losing sleep about this. Yeah, we've kicked the can down the road. We'll come back to this next summer and see who wants him then. I don't know, maybe a club in Switzerland or something might want him. Who knows? But yeah, Graham, made your eyes bleed watching him. I said this the other day, Graham, when I was looking for a photo of him in action for the thumbnail, and he looked like he was falling over in the thumbnail. Every picture, he has no balance, man. As I say, he always reminded me of Bambi. Just had no balance. Let's see, Chris here. Let's use Chris as the segue here. Let me just cross off some of these windows here. Chris, I really hope if we don't get Bogle, we move on Van Erwijk. We need to get on with either ASAP. Yeah, and this is the other thing as well. I'm still there, people. I'm not panicking about the window. I'm just about to go on to the Bogle news now, but things will get done. Things will get done. Just because they're not getting done at the pace that you or I would like, they are still getting done. And there's still a lot of preseason games to go. Remember, there's a few games behind closed doors in Germany that they're going to have to play. There is a lot of time to get transfers done, and they're not easy. And the other thing in regards to JAYDEN Bogle, who we're moving on to now, is that people are talking about if they want 7, just pay him 7. What is it that everybody was saying about the previous ownership before? What was everyone saying? It was that we overpaid for players, we were bad negotiators. But now, because we have a need and people want that new signing straight away, they're saying just pay the money. Bad business, people. If you have to eventually pay the money because you've got no other choice, or this is your number one target, then of course you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to come to a compromise and do it. But you don't just say, oh, if they want that, just pay them. Because in that case, then we get robbed by everyone again, and people will be saying, well, this ownership's no different. Like I say, you can't please everyone. And I feel that people are always looking for things to throw at the 49ers, for reasons. They're American, the Red Bull partnership. So I guess I'm not talking to those people, but what I'm saying is what you moaned about before, don't then just advocate for it happening today under the new ownership. That's what I would say. But listen, the Sheffield Star, who have been the ones that have been the main leak on this, let's be real, they've updated. I was going to get their article up on the page, but boy, it's riddled with ads. But JAYDEN Bogle could be given permission to miss Sheffield United's friendly against Chesterfield tomorrow after a move to Leeds quickly accelerated over the weekend. So it looks like that third bid has gone in, and it looks like we are close to agreeing. From something else I read as well, we've already agreed terms with JAYDEN Bogle and he wants to move. So it literally is about the clubs coming to a transfer fee agreement, and then we can get him in the door. Again, just like with Glenn Kamara, for people that were saying that Glenn Kamara agreed terms, so he wanted to go. Yeah, that may be true, but we also gave him permission to do so, much like Sheffield United would have done. But now it's between Sheffield United and Leeds to come to agreement, and it looks like that is coming. So, and I'm happy with this. I've said this already. If JAYDEN Bogle is to come, that is a good signing for this level. And he's going to be 24 when this season, kicks in. That's still a good age. Very experienced for that age as well. Experience highs and lows. And I think with a fresh start at this football club, with the players that he'll have, I think he's going to be super for us. Super. And people keep talking about his defensive deficiencies. Please, we're signing JAYDEN Bogle here. If we were going for, a more defensive-minded defender, then we could talk about it. But we're going for a wing back here, and he's good enough defensively, especially in this division. People, nothing to worry about, and he's going to get forward and he's going to help us in that transition too. Danny Boy, is he coming? I think he is. I think that we've agreed. Like I say, we've already agreed terms. And according to the Sheffield side, which have been the ones that have been with the news, because obviously it's leaking from the Sheffield United camp, It looks like he's going to miss the game tomorrow. So look out for that, I would say. And then I would say that if that is the case, the deal will probably be done by the end of Sunday. And that's just me guessing. That I don't know. I'm just saying with the way that we've seen like Joe Rothwell come in and previous signings from last year, I think that the deal will be done over the weekend. And then hopefully we can look for a left back. No doubt Bournemouth will come in with a late bid. Jack saying if we were selling one of our best players to Sheffield United, we'd be losing our heads. Yeah, maybe, but they can't afford anyone we've got, Jack. And we're different. Even though Sheffield United have just been relegated, there's no comparison when it comes to what we can pay compared to Sheffield United at this point in time. And this is me talking before they're taken over, but they're not in the same league when it comes to Leeds United and what we can do with business. They're not. So, you know, they can have Jamie Shackleton, cool. They were in for Liam Cooper, looks like he's going Blackburn. But yeah, we will take Jayden Bogle. Simple. Even though I'm sure Sheffield United are doing it through gritted teeth, they've got to, you know, with 12 months left on his deal, he wants to move by all means from everything I'm hearing. You're going to have to come to an agreement. If it means putting on more money, like I said to you before, people, it's going to be, well, let's just say it's 6 or 7. 6 or 7 for us. If it was Middlesbrough or Stoke, I think they'd accept 4 or 5. I do. But because it's Leeds, the rivalry and everything else, just like the Daniel James transfer from Man United to Leeds, I think we're paying rivalry tax, even though I don't see Sheffield United as rivals to me anyway. Yeah. They're not the smartest fan base, though, Sean. They're not the smartest. Okay, Jack. Sorry, Jack. That's what I mean, KJ. I don't think Sheffield United will be easy to deal for us. Well, they haven't been, Jack. That's why people are saying, well, if they want 7, give them 7. You know, just give them what they want. You know, people are, you know, have said that because they've rejected 2 bids, and that's their prerogative. I've always said this: the player is only worth what the buying club is willing to pay. You know, and if we're willing to pay what Sheffield United are asking for or close to, I think there's going to be add-ons with this, people. Don't think it's going to be 7 million. I think it's going to be add-ons that lead to 7. Then that's what you have to do. It's up to you as a buying club to say, no, we really want this guy. We're going to go all in for him. He was, Graham. He was the top. I mean, it doesn't say a lot at Sheffield United. It's a low bar, but he literally was their top scorer at one point last season. Kelvin here saying it's a statement signing for me. They got relegated, but one of their best players wants to come to us. I hear that, Kelvin. Yeah, and I don't know how true it is. I think it was pretty obvious he had a relegation clause anyway. But Harmer for them, who I think is going to be one of the key players in this division if he stays. It looks like a few clubs are circling around his relegation clause. So if they can lose Harmer, that would be brilliant because he's a good player. For me, Harmer should be back in the Premier League. He's that good. He's an all-round good player, hammer of a shot, good at set pieces, good at open play, creative, good player. So I'm hoping that they do lose him too. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, what's it? Nick T saying Farker just said Verba will be involved this season. Oh, well, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Well, then I deserve to be fooled, man. Everyone knows my wife and kids. But yeah, listen, if Farker has just said that after the game, if Verba does actually stay, I know a lot of you don't like it, but I do. Pascal, Joe Rodon as our centre backs, Max Verba in as a rotation option, or maybe even if we want to play 3, Verba, Strauch, and Rodon in the Championship. What? Come on, people. That's good. That's good. But listen, we shall see if that even happens. We've been here before with Farker, with Verba, haven't we? Let's have a look. Kelvin saying can see Harmer going to a top Portuguese side. Yeah, I think he's got Premier League interest, which is no surprise to me. And I think Galatasaray too. Galatasaray actually, people were in for the right back that you guys say Connor keeps pushing, Trey Hume from Sunderland. They had a 7 million bid rejected. And I just want to say that on comparison to that, if it was 7 million for either Bogle or Trey Hume, I'm taking Bogle. And it's purely because Bogle gets forward better than Trey Hume. Trey Hume is if you want defensive solidarity on a much lesser scale, people. I'm not comparing the two. It would be like having a Wan-Bissaka. You know, you're going to get defensive solid defending, but going forward, there's not going to be too much there. For me, with JAYDEN Bogle, you're going to get decent or good to good defending, but you're going to get a real good presence going forward. So for me, if you're giving me the choice out of the two, it would be Bogle. I'm not just saying that because it looks like this is going to come through. I would choose JAYDEN Bogle over Trey Hume. Kilgallen saying 112 likes discussing, guys. Come on, man. Algorithm. Come on, get this likes up, man. It's free. You know, just press that thumb on that thumb and get the likes up. Let's have a look here. Michael saying Verba giving the old kiss the badge media post voice show again. You know what it is? This is something else I say about modern football and fans believe in players when they kiss the badge. We literally see some players move year upon year and they kiss every single badge. And they're probably kissing it because they're in the moment. You know, they see the fans cheering their goal, but it don't mean anything. You know, there's a lot of things that just don't mean anything in football. And I'm not jaded. It's probably because I speak to players and just what they tell me, man. It's some of you guys wouldn't even be able to handle it. It'd probably put you off football forever. But yeah, kissing the badge don't mean nothing to me. It's all about how you perform. You know, we've had too many kiss the badges and people that don't do anything of substance on the football pitch, but fans adore them. That's got to stop. And, you know, when you're hearing Mateo Joseph, you know, in his interview talking about the standards, can't drop the standards here, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear standards. I don't want to hear we're going to try this or try and be better. No, I want to hear standards are being set and everybody has to meet them. And you're talking Mateo Joseph there, who last year was criminally our third choice striker. Yeah, it is all they need, but it's basic, isn't it? And at its core, football is a passion sport. And fans just lap it up. They love the kiss the badge stuff, and I love this club stuff. Yeah, miss me with all that. Just play well. That's what counts for me. Yeah, Jack. We don't have to love players who plays for Leeds. I think he's talking in regards to Verba. Just get us out the championship, please, Jack. Now you're speaking my language. If anyone can know that, no, I'm just going to say it because that's hard. Rush hour 2, people. Rush hour 2. But yeah, that is it for me. And that's why I'm saying with Aronson. I know Aronson wasn't involved today. He was with the squad, as people saw. But as long as we get promoted, people, we'll deal with it when we're in the Prem. Because a few of these players will not play for us in the Prem because they don't have the quality to play there. And I think the 49ers will move them on. We've already seen with Kamara. I know Kamara was probably a mutual thing where everyone just agreed, yeah, you could go and we're going to get more money for you. But he was never going to play for us in the Prem. He's not a Premier League player. The game would pass him by, I'm afraid. Love Rush Hour, Hyrule. It's one of my favorite franchises, man. I can watch those films one after the other and not get bored. Damn it, Lee. Listen, AFB, look, we've got to move on from this AFB, I'm afraid. This squad had one job last season and they failed, but got the 90-point award. Yeah, listen, we've got to move on from that. Last season is last season. And I'll tell you what, I'll be fair to you, AFB. If I wasn't doing content, maybe I'd be stewing over it a bit more. But because I do this, you have to look forward into the future and what's coming next. So I've moved on from it already. It's still disappointing that we didn't go up, but maybe this will be the year. Maybe everything happens for a reason, people. Yeah, which one of y'all just kicked me? Oh, I wanted to say that as well. Jay Racer here saying, I predict Harry Gray will score this season at some point. How cool is that, though, with Harry Gray having a song before he even comes on the pitch? And Harry Gray as well. You know what? I do feel this may be crazy. I do feel like he will come off the bench at some point for us this season. I do. I feel like he will get called up. Did everyone see the 14-year-old that played in the MLS? What is his name? God, the thing is, when I'm off mic, I know these things off by heart, but when I'm on, something's just blank. Caven Sullivan, 14 and playing out in the MLS. If he can do it out there, I think Harry Gray, with the talent that he has in those talented legs, I think he could play against one of the bottom end championship teams. Yeah, Caven Sullivan. Yeah, Caven. Matt C, don't joke on that one. Southgate lives locally. Yeah, he does. Maybe he's what come next. Please no. Please no. Yeah. Man City have bought him. He's not, obviously, I think because he's 14, he can't come over until he's 16 or 17. It's one of the two. He's not eligible to move countries as of yet. But yeah, man, he's what got me is that he's broken Freddie Adu's record, man. And Long-time championship manager players will remember Freddie Adu, championship legend, wonder kid, keep you in the franchise for 20 years, great player. Obviously, in real life, it didn't turn out for him that way. But yeah, it's one of those. Uh, but yeah, listen, people. So yeah, that is it with JAYDEN Bogle. We'll look at that over the weekend and see if he comes through, and we'll talk about it more once things accelerate, because it looks by all means he is going to come. Caspadino saying the next Pele. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. And Kelvin saying, yeah, man, it's insane. Lamine Yamal being a top level player for Spain in a Euro winning team is not. Listen, this is what I was saying about at the start of the Euros. These youngsters coming through, don't overcoach them. I know that they need coaching, they need guidance, but don't take that flair away from them. And Yamal is obviously one of those. And you can see, I'm going to actually be tuning into La Liga more this season. I'm going to be looking at probably only the big teams like Barca, Real Madrid, especially. But I'm going to be looking at La Liga. I don't usually watch Liga these days, but I'm going to add it to my football because I like some of the players that have gone there, and obviously what Barca are building at. And if they get Nico Williams to go on the other wing to Yamal, I want to see that link up. I don't know where that leaves Rafinha. I know that he's linked with moves away, but yeah, I want to see that. So I'll be watching Prem, Leeds in the champ, and a few other things. League on, I'll be adding to my football repertoire, man. It's mad. Yeah, championship manager icon Matt C. Do you remember? And just this again, this is for the classic football championship manager owners. Do you remember Mads Jorgensen? If you remember Mads Jorgensen, then I know you're a deep cut player, because you could buy Mads Jorgensen for about 50K and you could sell him on for about 25, which at that time, by the way, was a lot of money. He took Rafa's spot, man. It's mad, but Rafinha's still loved over there. In terms of what Barcelona fans, they wish he was a bit more prolific, but they're not unhappy with him. But Yamal has definitely got that spot. Mr. Anthrope saying these youngsters don't seem phased by men's football anymore. Look at them young ones we had out tonight. They look so comfortable. Yeah, because the game should be changing back to what it was. And I always say with football, things come in cycles. And if you've got players that just feel free when they're playing without that pressure or worrying about the next mistake they're going to make, let them flourish, man. They're going to make mistakes. Everyone does. Even seasoned veterans concede stupid penalties or get silly red cards. Let the youngsters play their natural game, hone their skills, and give them the reins. Jack. Yamal is talented, but Jack Harrison does a job. That's tremendous, Jack. That is actually tremendous. But yeah, listen. You know what, Slow Steady Steve? Will this mean the Gilchrist loan move won't happen? I don't even know if that was ever a thing. I'll be real with you. I know that we had a few rumors linked with him, but I just don't see why he'd want Alfie Gilchrist, especially when he's not an out and out right back. And I think he wants some more. JAYDEN Bogle makes sense. He's at a great age, very good experience. I don't know why he would take on a Chelsea youngster where they would demand that he'd be playing week in, week out. And Alfie Gilchrist at this stage of his development, for me, doesn't start week in, week out at Leeds United. He doesn't. He doesn't command that. So I don't see why Chelsea would have even loaned him out to us anyway. I don't. But yeah, I haven't heard nothing about Alfie Gilchrist. Slow Steady Steve, this is the first time I've heard his name in weeks. So that just shows you how much I haven't heard about him. But yeah, listen, people, that is the stream today. I hope you've enjoyed it on this here Friday night. Nice win for the preseason friendly. Rasmus, thank you for going. Thank you so much for leaving. I'm really happy about that. Boy, it is warm as hell here, isn't it? And obviously, we'll look out for JAYDEN Bogle news over the weekend. Please listen. If you haven't liked the video, like the video, subscribe, drop your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.